Hey guys, it's 𝘮𝘮𝘀. Welcome back to the channel. We are back with another current household update. Thank you guys for all the love on the previous one. As I've said many times, I am really enjoying this household and I'm so happy that you guys are loving it as well. So as you saw from the intro, Josh is in the clear. He is not going to be a father anytime soon, so thumbs up to that. As you saw, Josh did sleep with a married woman and she is having problems in her marriage. Josh just happened to be one of the guys that she hooked up with outside of her marriage. This is not something that Josh has ever done before, and so he understood what he had done wrong and he didn't want, a bigger mistake to happen. So he called her up and lightly asked for her to take a test and see if she may be pregnant. And so luckily she did, and even luckier, she is not. So he's happy about that, but it was a little nerve-wracking and it made him realize, like, oh my gosh, hearing this news, who would have been the person I should be calling, right? And it would obviously be Juliet, his best friend of so many years, right? And it was a little bit disheartening for him not to have her in that moment, in that scary moment. And so while he was feeling that way, he was like, wow, I really miss my best friend. I really need my best friend. So he gained the courage and he texted her, and Juliet, obviously, she loves him and he loves her, and she did the mature thing and she said, yeah, sure, let's meet up. And she's here. He sounded like this was a serious thing. And so here we are. We are at one of the cafes on campus, surrounding the campus. And Josh is currently talking to Juliet about everything. So let's jump on it. So as I've said, Josh is just talking to Juliet and he's saying, like, after our talk, after school that day, I went out. I had a few drinks a couple weeks ago and ended up taking home a married woman. Of course, I didn't know at the time, right? I just love Juliet's reaction right now because it's like so accurate. She's just like, Josh, she's just like, I know where this is going. And she's like coming up with all these theories in her head. And, he's just like, hold on, like, let me explain. Let me keep going. A long story short, Juliet, I took her home and we didn't use protection. And Juliet's like, no way, Josh. No way you really did that. Really? At your age? At our age? Okay, well, what else happened? He's like, hold on, let me explain, right? Well, happy news, good news. She's not pregnant. I know I did a stupid thing, but it's all good. And then here's where he gets all soppy and he's just like, in that moment, right? I was so scared and I realized that I really can't do life without you. He's just like, I really can't believe I did that to you and everything, and I was immature, I know. But he's just gonna remember the old days and say, we've always had each other's backs, and I'm sorry that, I didn't have your back in that moment, and I was immature and stupid for even saying the things that I did. I just felt unwanted in that moment, and I really didn't mean it. I think he's a great guy. I saw everything. I saw like your social media posts and everything, and I can see that he genuinely makes you happy. Ooh, speak of the devil. Life's been busy, but just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. Hope all is well. I'm crying over here. I obviously, like, Juliet told him, like, hey, me and Josh are meeting up today and I'm nervous, and he sounded really scared, and I hope he's okay, and I'm here at the cafe, and like that's who she was texting earlier in the intro. But he's just like checking up on her and he's just like, I hope everything's okay. We haven't seen each other since Christmas and I just wanted to check in, and how is it going with him? Were you guys, making up and everything? And I just love him. I can't. I love them so much. Okay, bye, Mal. But back to these two. Josh is just really remorseful. He can't live without his best friend. He understands that his feelings are not going to be reciprocated and he just needs to let it go, right? He has a great friendship in front of him and he can't lose her no matter how he feels, right? He was scared and realized that he needed his best friend and nothing's gonna ruin that anymore. And so he just wanted to let Juliet know. Of course, Juliet's like, of course, I'm always here for you. And, I'm sorry that you had to experience this, and, I hope it's a lesson to you, right? And he's like, yeah, I completely agree. But I also think Juliet's just gonna say, emotionally, it did hurt not to, have you for a few weeks. It really hurt me. And I really hope this doesn't happen again because I can't live without you either, We really missed you on Christmas Eve, and it was, not her getting bored. She's just like, let's go wrap this up and have some fun now, right? He's just like, yeah, I missed you. And she's like, yeah, I missed you too, and I forgive you. And I think it's been settled now. I think it was something in the past, and now they're going to move from it. They're going to learn from it and move on and grow. But he just really had to tell her how he was feeling. So he's now happy and is glad to have his best friend back. And I think it's just going to be positive moving forward, you know, as much as possible. This is a lesson for Josh. Let's be a little bit more mature and, you know, handle things more maturely. Everyone makes mistakes, and he's just grateful that Juliet was super understanding. So I think he's just gonna come over and give her a loving hug and say, thank you for forgiving me. I love you. And of course she loves him too. And he's just like, thank you so much for meeting up with me. And she's like, of course, I've missed you. They'll see each other another time. It is Sunday, so she does have things to do actually. Even though she said she wasn't busy today, she's got plans. But I'm so happy these two have worked everything out. So Juliet's at the library right now. This is how she's spending her Sunday. She has a student who's been struggling in her class a little bit. This is Waylon. Juliet's class for him is an elective, and you know how electives go in college. You just try to breeze through them, but he really needs to pass this class because he's a senior. So he came to Juliet today to get some help and finish up his work that he needs to get done. So that's why we're at the library today, and we're just talking to him, getting to know him a little bit better. He's a really cool kid. He's just struggling a little bit. And so I think I'm just gonna have Juliet just say, is there like a specific area that you're struggling with? And they're just talking and all of that. In addition to that, it was New Year's a couple of weeks ago, and Juliet has this new aspiration where she wants to write a book. This is something that she did before, and I think now she's just really confident in writing, and so she wants to just publish something. She just doesn't know what she wants to write about as yet. So she's at the library to, you know, grab some ideas as well and see what she can do in that area. We did have New Year's. I'm gonna put some pictures on the screen. Juliet spent that with Malachi and her friends, of course, and it was really, really nice. It was at one of Ryan's friends' house, and it was a much bigger space, and they really had a really good time. But everything has been really good. I think I always say that with Mal and Juliet, but things have just been smooth. Like ever since the conversation that they had, their communication skills have just gotten much better, and so them talking and everything has just made the relationship better. So they've just been really lovey-dovey and all of that. Juliet spent 2 days, I think, more after Christmas, and so she met Mal's friends and obviously spent time with Max, and we did go out for dinner. And during that dinner, the funniest thing happened with Mal. He brought them to a restaurant that he always has brought them before, and the food this time around just was not good, and he made his point really, really clear to like the waiter, like, hey, I've been coming here for years and I don't know what's going on today, but the food is not, you know, as, you know, good. And it was just a little bit embarrassing because this is Juliet's first time, you know, in his town and everything, and so just a little bit embarrassing, but it all worked out. You know, they spent the night together and it was just really romantic, and I really love these screenshots. That they just make me so happy, and it's so cozy. It's winter, that they're all together, and that's what's been happening. So Juliet just has this New Year's resolution that she wants to complete, and that's really what's been going on. For the most part, it's been really good. So Juliet's just trying to see where Waylon is really struggling, and he's saying, you know, is it because of your, you know, activities after school? I know you're taking up, I'm going to say horseback riding or something. So, you know, maybe trying to cut that out of your schedule a little bit more so you have more, you know, time for everything. What did Mal say? I love this man with all my heart. He is so sweet, sending her these sweet, sweet messages. You're a real dreamboat, never change. Thanks, Mouse. Right back at you. Oh my goodness, where were we? Okay, maybe, you know, maybe it's time he's gonna head out, and he's like, okay, you got it, miss. You got it, Miss Linton. I'll try harder in your class. I'll see you on Monday. Look at her face. She is just like, wow. Okay. That was so sweet. That was just so cute. Juliet's gonna head upstairs and start on her book. This is her little office. The library is like downstairs, and upstairs is like some classrooms and stuff, and also her office. So she's just gonna start some she's so happy. She's gonna start on her book, and we do have a book already. So I think we're just gonna finish up the book, because I remember starting this and we never got to finish because we went on our trip. So I think maybe she just wants to finish her book. It is getting a little bit late, and Juliet's, she's thinking about Belle, and I think she made a lot of progress today. So I think she's just gonna head home and call it a night. It's getting really, really late. It's almost 12, and yeah, she's feeling good. She's like, you know what? I did what I could today. So Juliet's just gonna head on home now. She's gonna walk home, and I think she just had the best day. She got to make up with her best friend, and Mal was being so sweet and supportive, and she got to help a fellow student. So I think she had a really wonderful day, but she's gonna head on home, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. As I've said before, I love making this current household updates for you guys, so this one was a little bit short, but I promise you that the next one will be very eventful. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.